Yo, what's going on, and welcome to Vince Bracy on Air. In this edition, we sat down with my guy Nova Soprano, who is a New Jersey artist, to talk about his story, his team, how he got to where he's at today, and of course, his most recent album, 848, available on all platforms now. Enjoy the interview.
Hey, yo, Johnny. Talk to
I don't
him.
back down from shit. I put the pounds I make. Get the money when I want. You know I'm down to win. I be like, who that? 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 Fulani blue eyes.
Guess who?
Fulani blue eyes.
Everybody,
All
please
right.
talk to me. We got Zani in the building too. Check it out.
Fulani blue eyes. I don't back down from shit. I put the
Run the
pounds
mob
I
in the
make.
building, man. The runner's always in the building.
There we go. There we go. We got the gang in the building right now. I appreciate it. So Nova Soprano, please, I'm very, very grateful to have you on the show. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, if
Come
you're
on,
not
man.
aware of this man right here, again, you know, he's,
Finesse, what up? Oh, we got Finesse in the building too. Finesse, what up,
I
boy?
gotta shout out Finesse. Finesse with the Y. Everybody, make sure you following the.
Yeah.
Are these the runners making their way in right now?
Yeah, Zonnie in here, Finesse in here. I know J45 had a late night in the studio, so he probably gonna
Shout out to everybody for supporting the interview.
and the Don
I
and
see
Don.
Jay Vizzle. Everybody,
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here. Again, I told you this guy, he's been grinding for quite some time. We're going to hear some of his story right now. He's been making music for years. Again, this is somebody I came across my path. Again, I'm a host first. He's one of
Courtside stories.
He's one of he's one of very few people that has actually gotten to see me host on multiple platforms on
That's my man.
Stationhead. He originally saw me at Seton Hall. We're both rocking Seton Hall gear right now.
Pirate
shout out to
gang
Seton
all
Hall
day.
University. For those of you that don't know,
Yeah.
I was the in-arena host for Seton Hall's men's basketball team last year.
Hey, yo, he always just stand by me courtside. That's
You know
how
what
we
I'm
became
saying?
friends.
And this guy, yo, when I say like I actually applied to go to Seton Hall, it was one of the only 3 schools I applied to. And it
That was the only one I
got
applied
it.
to.
I got accepted, but I actually attended Howard University, which ended up to be a mistake. But it made me who I am today. You know what I'm saying?
HBCU
Got
still.
kicked out of Howard University in my first year, so I'm like, dang, maybe I should
What
have
you
went to
do?
Seton Hall. Maybe I should have went to Seton Hall, but I still had an affinity for the school, and I was very grateful to be blessed with that opportunity. And this is one of the first brothers I met that like embraced me. You know what I'm saying? One of the first people I met that like told me what it was. I got to give you props because you one of the first people to tell me, yo, I remember this day vividly. I was reading off of a card. I was like nervous. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot going on. He was like, yo, put those cards down, man. You don't need those cards. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that that identified me, you know what I'm saying, from my actual talent. And
Listen,
actually,
man,
now
you
that
see,
I'm the host for the LA Clippers, that's one of my things too. Now they say, yo, you don't need those cards, man. You can put those cards down. So I'm like, damn, man.
and I bet you were sitting. I bet you sitting there hearing it like, damn, my brother
Yo.
told me this a long time ago.
And that's the craziest thing ever. And I was like, yo, this guy really believes in me. I appreciate that. So like I said, any chance that I could get to support him, I wanted to do the exact same thing. So he's gotten to see me. He's gotten to see me at the in the Staples Center as well. He's gotten
Fresh
to see
off
me.
a jet. Fresh
You know what I'm
off the
saying?
jet.
One of the only
Fresh
people
off the
aside, actually the only person aside from my younger brother that actually said that they was gonna come visit me in LA and actually did come visit me in
LAX.
LA.
Yo,
So I appreciate
from
that
LAX,
too.
yo, from LAX, we went directly to the Staples Center. Me and Just. Shout out Just MC, man.
There we go.
Out there,
Now, so with all this being said, I also got to see him and his artist Zani perform.
my
fellow
business
in-state runner.
partner. That's my business partner. She's
You know what I'm saying?
One
Business partner.
third of the in-state runners.
The runners is going
She owned
strong
it.
here. I got to see them perform at Movement Mondays, hosted by myself and DJ Drewski from Hot 97 in Elizabeth, New Jersey. But all this talking aside, I just want to bring him on right now. Nova Soprano, please. First off, everybody in the chat, throw up some flames. We need to throw up some flames for the guy right now for being a part of the show. Nova, please tell us who Nova Soprano is, because I didn't meet you as Nova Soprano. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put your government out there.
Yaya.
I don't even know if I know you.
You met me as Yaya.
I met you as Yaya at Seton Hall University, sitting courtside. So tell us who Nova Soprano is, man.
Man, Nova Soprano is a street tycoon, man. Is a legendary, is a humble but very respected figure. Like Nova Soprano is a gentleman, a gangster, humanitarian, college educated dude that could blend the best of both worlds is what you get.
The best of both worlds. I think that's a really good way to describe it. So again, like I've only known you for probably like a couple years, but like I said,
Mhm.
I definitely taken a liking to you. I feel like we've chopped it up on multiple occasions on different things.
We family. We
Especially,
ain't cool.
I
We
appreciate
family.
that. I'll take that. I'll take
We
that
family.
because you know what I'm saying. Like being in a
I don't fly
setting.
across. Yeah, I don't fly across the country and off a jet. I go directly to go watch my family. I didn't
That's
go to the
love, man.
game.
That's
I went
love.
to see you and everything.
That's love. So yeah, so Nova Soprano, like I said again, he's been doing this thing for quite some time, and I'm definitely appreciative, to consider somebody like that family. So you've been making music for how long? How long you been doing your thing?
I'm 37 now. I started 16 secretly writing poetry. I didn't take it seriously. I'd like to say 19, 20 years. But I
Okay,
didn't start taking it seriously to the last like maybe 5, 6, 7 years.
okay, all right. So 5, 6, 7 years. So in that time, is this your first 848 that we've been listening to so far? Is this your first album, your first complete project that you've released?
It's my first album, but I had an EP out in 2017 called Cornerstone Chronicles Volume 1, which we threw out. And then before that, I had the Upline Dynasty records were coming out, but then due to a misfortunate incident where I was attacked and I lost my left sight, my right eye because of the attack, the project was put on hold. And that
That
was supposed to
project is
come out in
put on.
2011. But a lot of things going on in the background right now.
Yeah, man. It's one of those things where like I don't know. I just feel like you've put so much work into this stuff, so it's only a matter of time that stuff was supposed to come out the way that it came out.
Yeah,
And I told you I listened to the project and hold a bunch of times, and it just sounds good and it fits. It fits to what I think that you are as a person. So can you give
I'm
us
humbled.
some more? Well, you don't have to go into too much detail if you don't want, but can you give us some more detail onto where Nova Soprano came from the college educated guy? Because you mentioned that on the project a couple times too.
It's the opening line. I'm the Steve Biko of rap. Frank Matthews in the trap.
Yes,
College educated. Yes, I sling that. Like
yes,
I'm telling you, like yes, I gave you a comparison. Steve Biko was the first anti-apartheid black resistance leader in South Africa that was killed under mysterious circumstances under the government of Vorster in South Africa, tortured by the South African secret police. And then Frank Matthews is the only D boy that ran it up bigger than Nicky Barnes that took on Carlo Gambino and he took on what's his name Castellano and the mob the mission. And the feds caught him and he disappeared with 70 million of drug game, never been heard of. So I'm giving you like I'm the best of both worlds. Like Nova Soprano comes from a humble beginning in South Grove. Shout out Exit 9 in Jersey. You know what I
hey,
mean? Coming up in South Grove, man, it was tough, but you had to be tough. You feel me? I grew up in an era where African booty scratcher was the insult of the day, and if you were African, you get picked on and jumped. So you had to knuckle up. You had to grit and grind to survive, and I survived. And I mean, statute of limitations is up on certain things, but I won't devolve too much. You know,
hey.
I'm not about to make Elroy's job easier, but
There you go. I get you on that one. Yeah. So like I said, you didn't have
I
to go
did. I did,
into too much
I
detail,
did
but
spend a little time in. I did do a little time in Hard Knock Life University,
uh-huh.
Valor Victorian with no time served.
There you go. There you go. So I because you mentioned this, you know what I'm saying, it's I feel like I live in a multitude of worlds. Like I feel like people have always like, oh, Vince knows this guy, Vince knows this guy, Vince knows this guy. So there's so many different realms that I feel like Vince Bracy
You
exists in.
dabbled it, yeah.
And I feel like you're one of those people that can also speak to that and
Oh,
in further
I
detail, but we
mean,
don't have to go into that. But
you
I
nah,
just
you've seen now. Like I give you an instance, like prime example. You've been in Prudential Center when Governor Murphy has left his seat to come just to come say hello to me
come
with a
on,
security detail,
man.
and you've been there with me where you seen the governor of New Jersey and his wife get up out of their seats on the other side of the arena to come talk to little low poor me
That's
and
real.
my and the girl I was with at the time where you were looking like I heard you whisper to my ear, who is this
That's what
dude?
I said. I'm like, yo, I gotta know who this dude is. You know what I'm
And
saying?
whenever you see me, I'm in sweats, Air Force Ones, my Seahawk hoodie and my Seahawk jacket, fresh cut,
He a comfy
beard, big
boy.
beard. Yeah, with the sunglasses, with my glasses on, sitting there joking with the cheerleaders at the ball players come. You might see Quincy McCall come dap me up. You might see me and Mamu laughing before their workouts. You might see me and Romero Gill. You might see MC give me a shout out. You might see everybody, even opposing teams know me. Even the rich donors in Seton Hall know me. So like
Come
people, the
on now.
security, and on top of that, Prudential is my home, so I got my own security detail in there. If you get out of pocket, security will handle it. You've seen it.
So you see
So
this
like,
man. You see what he's
and
talking
then
out here. He's
and
talking
then
that
we
big
step
boss
and then we
stuff.
yo then we'll step outside. We'll step outside of Prudential. I could go through Newark. I could go through all the wards in Newark. I could go post up with the Poppies and Elizabeth. I could go home to Frank Camden. I could chill in Trenton. I could chill in Bridgeport. I could go to Philly. I could do all the five boroughs in New York plus Staten Island. I mean, I could go anywhere I want in this country and hold my head high. My name is respected, no stain or blemish on it. L.A. I was out in L.A. Where was we at?
Yes,
We was in
sir.
the '60s. I was in the '60s, paying respect to my late homie Nipsey Hussle, the late great Nipsey. You heard my tribute to him, Fulani Blue Eyes. You know, I had to address some. I had to address some. Can we curse on here?
Yeah, you can curse.
Had to address some fuckery on. Had to address some fuckery surrounding my man. You feel me? Which ain't appreciated, but like I was in the '60s. I was in the jungle. I was in the '20s in Long Beach with them. I was in East LA with the Poppies. You feel me? East LA with the essays. You feel me? I'm good at any hood, man. Anytime I touch, even when I'm overseas, I'm in the chateaus of Paris. When I touch Paris,
Ooh,
you feel me? I could go blow back in Champs Elysees, and then I head to the chateaus and chill with my Senegalese people. I go to Brixton and Peckham and chill with the goons and the Corleone family riders in
yo,
Brixton and Peckham and Hackney. I could go to Harold's and blow a bag with your baby mama. You feel me?
I
I
appreciate
could
that.
lay up. So you feel me? I could do it all. When I go home to Sierra Leone, man, it's just love. So like, I'm good anyway. I'm good in the boardroom. I'm good in the trap house.
You see, the man is well spoken for. You know what I'm saying? So this is the kind of boss talk you can expect on 848. So like being, you know what I'm saying, were you born in Sierra Leone?
Nah, my parents are from Sierra Leone. I was
Parents
born
from
in
Sierra
Houston,
Leone.
Texas.
He said he could go over there anytime he want though too. So
Because
again,
I'm
because
good. I speak. That's my culture. I got somewhere to go in case this country implodes. I can jump on a plane with my family and be like, "Yo, we out
bang bang, and
and
that's just something
survive."
that everybody should kind of look forward to. That's something that we should all try to
You
build
feel
ourselves
me?
up to. Because you a part of all these different worlds, because you know what I'm saying, you move the way you move. I want to know how important is it for an artist such as yourself, or how, if you see the importance of, I know you got to see it, but I want to know if you could speak to the importance of what it's like to be a worldly figure that also has, you know, a college education. Like, how is that beneficial to you as a rapper?
As a rapper, it's super beneficial because majority of the rappers nowadays are getting robbed. They've been getting robbed from time because you see, they say music business, right? I
Mm.
got I got to sit up and talk to you. Now
There
we
you go.
talking
Talk to her.
talking bit. We talking business. They say music business. Music is 10%. The business is 90%. We can go in the studio and I could cook. Prime example. Zani can go in the studio and cook up a record within 15 minutes, right?
Mm.
But then Zani can also break down a contract and tell you, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like it, because she's a boss. She's one of the CEOs of Interstate Runner Records. She's an owner of the team. She's not just a female rapper.
Right.
You won't like promise that Meg the Stallion and Zani, yes, Meg the Stallion has the platform, but Zani has better business smarts than Meg the Stallion. You'll never see Zani getting a contract where she gotta go do this. You feel me?
You heard it. You heard it. And shout out to
I'm a
Zani once
boss.
again, who we have in the chat.
Like I'm a boss. And I run a crew. Like I said this in an interview once. I don't got a crew. I got a team of bosses. It's like the Costa Nostra Commission. I just happen to be the head of the commission. Everybody in my team is a boss. I could go away and disappear. Something, God forbid, something happened to me. Knock on wood. But if something happened to me, my team could carry the torch without me being around. That's the problem you had when Biggie died. Junior Mafia fell
Right.
because none of them were business savvy. Kim got a contract from Lil C's, but the rest didn't take the game savvy. Feel me? When Pac died, the Outlaws felt it because they didn't have business savvy. You feel me?
Talk about it.
It's
Again,
all about
you want to have bosses around you as well.
and I got a team. I got a team of bosses. I got a crew of bosses, man. It's like Rockefeller at the breakup. Me, Chico, and Zani, like Dame, Biggs, and Hova.
I like that. I like that. So
You feel me?
because before we get into talking about the actual music, I want to talk, because you mentioned business and the team and stuff like that. Like I said, everybody's got a story. So I want to know. I want to know about how you went about expanding your brand. How did you go from
Simple. I went to
Miss
college.
Yaya to Nova Soprano rapping to now I got a team
I
of
went to
people around me?
college. I went to all right. From Yaya to Nova Soprano, Yaya is a respected Cosa Nostra figure. I would say underworld figure. That's the best I could. He's a respected, alleged underworld figure that garnered respect throughout his travels throughout this country. And when I was coming up in the streets, we didn't have social media at the time. It's the early 2000s. We talking about when Rockefeller had the game on Smash, Nelly had the game, and Rockefeller they had the
That's how
game
it
on
was.
Smash. In the streets, you couldn't just go like online and post our rap and everybody fluctuate to due to the advancement of technology. You had to battle, and we was the dudes in the trenches. So like, an OG from this block and my OG would be like, yo, they be arguing who the hottest in the streets is. I developed a name from being a junkie. I was known for getting money, but I was known for battling. So my OGs would be like, yo, go call Nova. He on so block today. Cause I used to move around the city. Like I would wake up in the morning, like, what block I'm gonna go post on and get to the bag today.
Right.
And the OGs would figure what block I'm on and be like, yo, he sent one of the capos through to come get me. Like, yo, big homie calling. What do you want, man? The block. You see what's going on out here? I need to. If I leave, then the team ain't gonna click. Nah, boom. I pull up on the block, hop out the Rover with the capo. The capo pull up in the Rover. I hop out. I be like, yo, stop at the store. Go get me a new fit, some fresh kicks. Hit the block. Put my shade. Put my Chloe shades on. Hop out the whip. Pull up on the blocks like 30, 50 people outside because they didn't call. But mind you, the OGs that made like a big $20,000, $30,000 bet between each other. Like, yo, my younger about to tear younger. And we be outside exchanging bars. Ain't no like, oh, URL. No. Dudes
This
was
this is the
brawling,
this is the
going
old
at it.
days, the
This
Wild Wild
junkyard
West.
dog. Beyond man, you
No
better have more
structure.
than a six gun. I was pulling up on the block with a six shooter on my hip and a Gatling gun in the trunk. Let's
You hear
go.
this, man?
That's how bad it was. Like, and sometimes things turn to raw. Like certain things went down after certain battles because dudes was upset they done lost 30 days. They man just got embarrassed and they want their bread back or they don't want to pay the bread and things go down. But like I used to give it to dudes and that's how I built my reputation
There you
battling
go.
dudes. I battled in the streets till I battled the dude doing the radio jingles. Like they got off on me, but then when we came back to battle, I gave it to them in school. Like we battled in school, but then I caught him at a nightclub and they was talking greasy, and I said, I went in my pocket like, you making radio jingle money. I'm on the block getting Chris Pringle Christmas money. Let's go.
Woo.
And they catch the wreck out there, and then like it got to
So
a point where I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like I take the music serious, but like I rather go tax the block. So like it was a conflict between it was a struggle between Yaya and Nova Soprano. So one day my cousin specialist, shout out specialist, he was like, yo, you gotta give up one. And I was like, I was still transitioning out of the streets. That's when we formed Upline Dynasty. Me, him, shout out Texie Miata. They compared us to we were the African version of the Fugees and the Firm combined.
the African Fuji firm. I'm with it. I'm with it. That's a
Like
good look.
we was catching bodies. Like we was dropping hits. We dropped our single Dirty Dancer. We had Miss Hottie rotating, Welcome to Upline. Like we had the streets on lock and we was overseas with it. Like I was getting love from I was going overseas to Paris. I was doing my like 2 4 days I go perform. Like I had a big fan base.
There you go. That's good love
But
for all my
still,
station headers out there too. Make sure you guys
yeah,
get a chance to, and that's what this app is for. It's a chance to get your music heard in other places. So overseas is definitely a good market too.
you feel me? So like I'm listening like but I'd go on tour, come home, back to the track. So my cousin one day, he's in the studio. He booked a 10-hour session. They getting their records done. I'm in there, and then my flip phone ring. I'm like, y'all gotta bounce. I dip for 3 hours, and they waiting for me to come do this record. So I dip. I come and he's yelling at me. I'm like, yo, chill out. I walk in the booth and put my headphones on and just take off. Knock the verse out. Walk out like, we good? All right, then I'm back. I'm out. So he got pissed. So he called me that night to his crib. I drove up to Virginia. I was like, what's up? He's like, yo, you talented. Why you still out here? I'm like, talent ain't paying bills. Streets pay bills,
Right.
talent. Street pay. He was like, nah, give you 6 months. I went cold turkey for 6 months. We went in, we recorded the Upline 2000, the album 2000 URD. We recorded the last song on, and that whole day I was in the studio. It was gloomy. He's like, "What's wrong?" I said, "Bro, something not right." I was like, "I got to get my life in order. The streets ain't happy. I hate dealing with these women out here. I need to get my life in order. My life ain't in order right now, and I'm not happy." So my man was like, "All right, bro." He's like, my cousin went home. I came on to Jersey. He calls me like, "Yo, we got a show December 9th." I said, "Who wants us to perform?" I didn't want to go. The morning of the show, my mom woke up and smelled human blood.
Yeah.
Like my mom smelled human blood. So I'm like, she came out. "Oh, don't nobody leave today. I just got a funny feeling." I'm like, "Here you go with your African premonitions," and we got into it.
Because you know you got to believe those.
Yeah, we got into it. My sister tried to talk me. I was like, "Yo, take me. Let me go get my car from the garage." I picked my car up. I parked it. My sister went to talk. I'm like, "Yo, shut up. Just drop me off at the bus station. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow evening." I jump on the 67. I jump on the 139 from my crib to Penn Station. I get to Penn Station. I missed the bus by 2 minutes, right? So I gotta wait for another bus for an hour. I get on the bus. My left eye just started like it was bothering me, so I kept doing this the whole time. I was pulling in socket. I'm like, "What's happening?"
What?
Lo and behold, it was a sign that showed me that this was gonna be the eye that I was gonna lose.
Oh my God.
And it's like I was on the bus sitting by the window. I'm just enjoying the scenery on the Greyhound. I never do that. Usually I sleep, but this day I just stayed up, was enjoying the scenery, thinking about my life. Like, all right, when New Year's come, I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna leave the streets alone, cold turkey. I'm gonna take this music serious. Get to DC around 6:30. Jump on the Metro Rail to Virginia. My cousin is 2 hours late. He's never late. He pulls up. Tom, so when he get there, we get a call. I'm like, "Yo, man, you got me chilling here. I should go to go then." We get to the crib. We were dudes that are punctual. We were not punctual this day.
Uh-oh.
Pick up me out of it's my cousin, his baby mom's, specialist baby mom, myself in the car. We get to a light. He don't never run a light. The cop is looking at him. He runs a light. The cop pull us over. Look at the
I hope
sequences
y'all
of
getting the suspense right now.
the thing. Look at the sequence. So the cop pull us over, and then we was like, "Yo, let's just go to Morgan Adam. You know where the clubs is all on
Hey,
Morgan's Lane
DC?
in DC." So we was like, "Let's go to Morgan Lane." And we was like, "Nah, they already waiting for." So we got there. The whole night, I'm just on. I'm not on. I'm just calm. People who I had beef with, like females who I was dealing with, that we had fallen out. I would pull into the side. Like I pulled. There was a shorty that I was dealing with that nobody knew was my shorty, because I'm like, because of who I am, I want to keep us private, and she didn't like it. So I pulled her to the side that night, and I was like, "Yo, once I get back home, me and you go." I was like, "Come down to Jersey, let's talk, and we gonna get things right. We gonna find a way to make this work." She hugged me good night. And she said, "I'll call you tomorrow morning. I love you." Those were the last words she said to me.
Mm-hmm.
I leave the venue, and the brawl break out. They attacked me. My aunt, I didn't even know my aunt was there. Thank God my aunt pulled me out the melee. They were trying to drag me in the alley to finish me off. Because they got my cousin pinned one side, and it's me and my cousin. And that's the one time I ain't had that thing on me. And mind you, before I left Jersey, the goons called me, was like, "Yo, you want us to hit the road with you?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I gotta go on the road with me. I'm good." They
It's
was
the
like,
times
"Yo,
where you feel like you don't need protection.
nah, I never used to use protection. I go out of town by myself. It's me and my baby on my thing. You feel me? But this time around, I was naked, and I didn't go with the zips around me, and that's the thing that caused the war where Maryland African artists weren't allowed to perform in Jersey without my say so. After I got attacked,
Ooh. So
I got attacked. I
Wale ain't
lost.
have no sets nowhere?
Oh no, Wale wasn't Wale. We talking about the African artists
Nah.
that were coming from Sierra Leone. That the African artists that were coming from Sierra Leone performing.
Mm.
We was letting everybody else get their rocks off, but the Sierra Leonean artists had to pay a donation. They had to donate. They had to donate to the church funds
There you go. So
before
they
they
got
could
some
touch
money.
Jersey or get the show wasn't going down. So like I got attacked, and I was so like dismayed that I took a 5 year hiatus. So the first year I fell into deep depression, post traumatic stress disorder.
Talk about it.
I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder. So like you make a choice when you reach that. My mom made it clear to me. She was like, "Yo, you at a four-way junction. You looking north, south, east, west. You have to make a choice with your life. What you gonna do with your life? You gonna get your life together, or I can't help you, and you gotta go because I can't. I'm tired. I can't sit by the phone and wait for that call to say, 'Come identify your son.'" And mind you, I'm the baby and the only boy, so that takes a toll on a mother.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I started going to school, started Middlesex. It was tough being that I'm older. You got to deal with so many people. So like, I dealt with that, and then like, I transferred. After I graduated from Middlesex with honors. And I said, let me apply to Seton Hall. My mom's like, oh, go to Rutgers. I was like, no, I want to be Seton Hall because I'm a PJ Carlissimo baby.
Come
I
on.
love my '89 Paris. So when they came in for the decision day in Middlesex, the lady read my transcripts. She was like, yo, he really got like, so she was looking at the letters of recommendations, and I had letters of recommendation from the top of the school brass to the department head. So I'm sitting there selling myself, and she's like, "You ain't got to sell yourself. You got it. Did you look at your folder?" I was
That's
like,
beautiful.
"No." She hands me this folder. My folder's this thick, bro.
That's beautiful.
All recommendation letters. I'm like,
That's
wow.
great.
So I got to see Hall fall 2015. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be low key. I'm not about to chill with none of these little bastards. I'm man. But then like you start sick when you're a real person and you move a certain way, your pedigree, people want to know who you are. I was the type of person like I'd walk into the Dunkin', Dunkin' on campus be packed in the morning, right?
Oh, the cafeteria.
Nah, the Dunkin' Donuts
Oh,
by
literally
Club
Dunkin'
Walks.
Donuts.
Yeah. I walk in the Dunkin' knowing I'm about to be late for class and it's like 15 people in front of me. I'd be like, yo, you know what, yo? I'll pay for everybody's food if y'all let me jump in front and get my food first. People be like, what? And then like, I'm flying
I'm stepping aside.
2G. Listen, I'm 2G'd out, Gucci with the diamond money bag chain on, Bravado on my wrist, got Gucci flip flops, Gucci, so everything fly. So you see me come in, and I became cool with my man. Shout out Joe Pesci, shout out LA. That's how me and Lane got cool down
Oh
Chico.
wow.
So we became best friends. Like everybody want to know who I move. So you know what I mean. I'm living in AQ at the time. I'm cool with all the ball players. So everybody wanted like, is he the feds? I'm like, do I look like a fed? Is it because he know everything about everybody? Hell yeah. When you step
You
in a
gotta
new
know your
territory,
surroundings.
you gotta know who the movers and shakers, who the fuck boys are, who the hoes is, who the good women is, who the girls that's gonna set you up and try to lick you. You need to know everything. And I was cool with everybody. So like I got to we won the Big East title that spring,
Shout out to CB.
2016. Shout out to Desi Rodriguez. Shout
Word.
out
I
Kadeem
got to meet
Carrington.
Desi.
Shout out
I
Ishmael
got to meet Desi.
Fanogo.
I'm hype about that.
That's my young boy. That's
Where I
my
got to meet
youngin.
him at in playing for the Agua Caliente Clippers. I was like, yo, Desi, get over here, man. What's up?
That's my man. That's my little brother, yo. So like,
Shout out
I
to him
moved
again.
into AQ. AQ was lit. Yo, AQ was wild when we moved. When we was in AQ, you had the athletes on the second floor. You had me on the third floor. You had Cheek on the seventh floor. If we took over the third floor like 10 o'clock at night on any given day, everybody knew 10 o'clock. That you wouldn't find me during the day, but 10 o'clock at night, you knew that yo, him and them boys on the third floor. They got the games going. Like
There we go.
we taking people's money on the stick.
So we got the
So
we got
like
the
during that time,
background of like who
yeah.
Nova Soprano is, like how he became who he is. I hope you guys really enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Like just like I said, everybody's got a story. Just building up to who you are, how you became that person, and like all the lessons that you learned
And that's
along
how
the way.
I formed the runners.
There you
That's
go.
how
There
I
you go.
formed the runners.
So
I
now
met
that you
Johnny.
have the runners, right? You have the runners, you have yourself, you got your project out. Tell us tell us what we can expect from Nova Soprano, the I don't even want to say the rapper. I want to say like the music business mogul,
The executive,
yeah, the
the
executive. That's a good
executive.
word. What do we expect from Nova Soprano
Well,
moving
right
forward?
now, A48 is out here tearing up the streets. I'm getting positive reviews on it overseas and home. So my focus now, I'm right now in Novamo promoting, but I'm in Yaya Alpha Yaya of Interstate Runner Records, and I just this morning like I had a conference call with Zani and Don Chico, the two other the Holy Trinity of the Interstate Runners.
Hey,
Next up is Zani. Zani's putting the final touches on her EP, The Interview, which is coming sometime June, but we don't want to put a tentative date yet. I'm gonna say TBD, but it's gonna be summertime. Expect something from Zani. Zani getting ready to tear up the streets. Then with the Interview EP. Then after that you got Finesse Right Before Your Eyes. He's coming with his project.
let's go.
Um Don Chico's coming with his project. Um 9-8 Turtle 9-8's coming with his project. Then J45's coming with his project. Then in the midst of all that commotion, the We Are the Runners album is gonna be coming together where you get all the runners. So it's gonna be something.
good. That's good to hear, man. I'm looking
We about
forward to hearing from the runners. I believe you guys had a quick project that you had dropped. But yeah,
beat. And
A48, man. Like again, you heard what he said. Like it's been doing well overseas. He's getting good reviews from it. Uh, can you give us like a synopsis to this project before we get into Narco?
848 is basically like the title itself is a double entendre.
Talk about it.
848 representing Jersey, and then also 848 is the federal kingpin statute for drug bosses, dark terrorist bosses. So basically, 848 is double entendre for Jersey kingpin, but you just can't come out right and say something like that. You got to be witty and creative with it. 848 is a three. It was a 3 year process. Like you got myself. Like I took 3 years. Like I released on Cornerstone Chronicles Good Friday of 2017, and then I started working on 84. Actually, Cornerstone Chronicles 2, which turned into 848 July of 2017. But I took so long break, and then like so much stuff happened, and within the 3 year process, I recorded 66 records.
Jeez.
And shout out to Zani. Shout out to Zani because Zani's the reason why 848 came out because I was going to put it on the back burner and work on another EP before it came out. But Zani put her foot down as a CEO. You see what she's saying, right?
What you talking about? Got
I'm
to.
giving
You
too much
got to.
business out. So like Zani being executive, she stepped up. Like when I'm in art, when one of us in the owner in the commission is the three of us in the Holy Trinity or artist mode. The other two pick up the executive work. So her and Don Chico were really like hands on, but Zani was like hands on studio recording with me, picking records, even having to put her foot down as an executive to say, nah, you're not recording any other project. 848 is coming out. So Zani really did it like, but along the way, like this
Come
album
on,
was very,
Zani.
very painstaking. It was painstaking because we lost a lot of good people along the way. Like, and the album, I didn't have to get like I was dropping a dedication video, but I'm gonna do it here first. Like, I like to dedicate this album to Mrs. Bridget Winbush, Mr. Sidney Winbush, Miss Jerry Lynn Mulvaney, Mr. Jim Mulvaney, my dad Amadou J. Barry, my grandfather Paramount Chief Imam Dur II, Mr. Michael Myers, my uncles, my uncle Alex Masere, my uncle Ali Badara, and then my uncle Ambassador Forty Masere, the three of them who just passed away from COVID.
Right. Sorry to hear that again.
Very painstaking. Like, and today actually marks the 29th anniversary of my father's passing.
Wow.
So like, it's a bit like this whole week has been bittersweet for me on press runs, but like I lost my I lost my OG at 8 years old. Like, and like I hope I'm making him proud. That's the best way I can say.
Right.
Like I hope like I finally rectified everything I'm supposed to rectify, and I'm doing what I have to do to make him proud.
That's the biggest thing, man. I always say, again, condolences to yourself and anybody that's been affected by the COVID-19 situation, but specifically when anybody loses someone, like the most I can say is that you hope that you're making them proud at the end of the day, because
Oh yeah,
that's what you would want for them.
like I know your mom is proud. She up there going
Absolutely,
like
man.
I was telling somebody, I said, dog, I said, all this good fortune coming to me is not because I'm a good person, because I got good advocates. Like
Right.
I got one of the I got one of the best lawyers in heaven. Shout out to my lawyer Ryan Mulvaney, his father, Big Jim Mulvaney. Jim Mulvaney up there he doing advocate work with negotiating with God on how much blessings the runner should get. Plus
Yo,
Mrs. Mulvaney advocating. My dad and my grandmother, my grandmothers are up there advocating for me. My grandpops is up there advocating for me, and Zani's uncle up there advocating. Now I got my
yeah.
uncles up there advocating. So you know what I mean? I
That's
got
dope. You
people
got to
up
be
there
aware
that
that you got people up there looking down on you, helping
I
you out
got
on
people
that too,
like,
man.
and when you ain't moving right, they got ways of letting you know you ain't moving right, but they still begging God to forgive you.
Damn right.
So like, I'm grateful to all, and like, maybe like how they were protecting us on earth is how they protecting us in heaven. And I always pray for my angels. I would pray for my people up in heaven. Let God protect them, give them good road, forgive them for their known and unknown sins. You feel me?
There you go. So I appreciate you sharing your story with us once again. Like I said, I just wanted everybody to get some information on who Nova Soprano is, how he's moving in these streets, and like what he's gonna
Moving
do if
accordingly, sir.
the pro was that
Moving accordingly
yeah,
and moving
accordingly,
righteous.
accordingly. And the project, like I said, is super super dope. So I wanted to give people a taste of this. I just want to know, let the people know what is going to be next for Nova Soprano. Where can we check out your stuff? What if there's any big plans that you want to let us know about? And then also I want you to introduce everybody in here to Narco.
Well, Zani said I can't release no more information, so I'll give you all a snippet. But the interstate runners are coming, so stay tuned. You know what I mean? The Queen next up. That's what I'm excited. I'm excited right now for Zani.
Yes,
Like I'm excited for the interview because I knew how long it took. Like I've known Zani could rap for over 5 years, but Zani
dope.
didn't start. Nobody knew.
That's dope.
That was my battle rap watching partner in college. We argue about battle rappers, and I still say Surf Cook Geechee. She gonna say something. She gonna argue with me about it later. But like, and that's one of my best friends. If you, the whole runners is a mixture, is majority Seton Hall people,
Oh,
with
dope.
Finesse being the one I met in community college at Middlesex. He's now in Arizona State. Shout out to Finesse out AZ doing his thing. You feel me? But like, it's a it's a family. Like we pride ourselves on our family and loyalty before business. You can say we're like the Corleones. I'm Vito. She's Michael. You feel me? Like Turtle, he hot headed like Sonny. 4 or 5, he
That's
moved
real.
like Higgins. You feel me? Chico, he like Chico. We ain't got no. We don't have no Fredos or Carlo Ritzes in our family.
There you go.
Chico, he moves like Clemenza,
The
and like
runners is
I
a
say,
bunch of characters out here, yo. And
oh
you
nah,
said they're
we ain't
all pirates
nah.
too, or most of them pirates?
Pirates with the exception of Finesse. He went to Middlesex County College. He's in Arizona State right now.
I messes with Middlesex too. I got some people over there too. And shout out to
Yeah,
Arizona. I
like
got some people moving out there.
but like we got things in the works. Like the pipeline is flooded. Like today, I had a conference call with them in the pipeline. The schedule, the dates are out. After I get off with you, I gotta start. I gotta go into Nova mode. Like,
Let's get it. So once
oh my
again,
bad. Wildcat. Finesse said Wildcats, not Sun Devils. My bad. I apologize, Shawty. I
oh,
apologize.
hold on, got the make sure you got the right
Yeah,
team. So
yeah.
yeah, so we have Nova Soprano on the line right now. We're wrapping up the interview. We got to hear his story. We got to hear how he became the man that he is today. His mindset, how he
Shout out
pushes
my mama.
himself. Shout out mom. Shout out
Shout out
mom,
my
of course.
mama. Cause
Uh,
my mom. That's my favorite gangster. My mother taught me etiquette and discipline. Told me the
yes,
best lesson. My mother raised me with morals and principles. If you ever get caught doing something, take the time.
that's
If
what
the
it's all
person you
about, man.
fell for it realize they realize it, but you take the time. If you get caught, take your time, man. I seen my mother do that firsthand, and I salute my mom. That's why everybody be like, "Oh, your favorite gangster?" My mother's my favorite gangster
Bang
because my
bang.
mother's a G.
You
She
gotta
a
accept
OG.
responsibility.
You got to take it on the chin. But like, I've been doing too much yakking this whole time, bitch. You know, like,
Word. So I'm gonna let you go, but I do want you to just introduce Narco for us right now. People, once again,
hey, yo,
that's Nova
first of
Soprano. Let the people know where they can find you at. But
you can find me
this
on
is go ahead.
Nova Soprano, just like how my name is on Stationhead, NOVASOPRANO, all lower cases. You can find me on Twitter, same way. You can find me on Facebook, same way. Nova Sopranos, enter my name. You can get my fan page. The music is out now on all streaming platforms. Please, if you a person grinding right now and you on your 9 to 5 hustle, you on your back block hustle, you on whatever hustle you hustling, 848 is for you. If you in those final stages of your final weeks in school, you putting the finals together and you studying, you stressed out, you need a little motivation, 848 for you. If you need to get money manual on how to go get a bag, legal
Yes.
or illegal or any way possible, 848 is for you. If you if you just like good hip hop, you want a message with good with substance, not no no disrespect to them, 848 is for you. And with that being said, first of all, free El Chapo. Free the narc, free the Don, free the Capo El Padrino, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. You feel me? The Narcos Narco. Shout out to my folks in Sinaloa. Shout out to my folks in Panama. Shout out to my folks in Juarez, Tijuana. Shout out to my folks in Medellin. Shout out to my folks in Cali. Shout out to
Hey,
my folks in Chile. Shout out to my folks in Venezuela. Shout out to my folks in Nicaragua,
it's well
Honduras.
traveled,
Shout
people.
out to
Well
Hope.
traveled.
You feel me? Shout out my folks in the islands of Jamaica, the Caymans. You feel me? Those. Shout out to those. If you know, you know. This right here, this record is produced by my cousin and super producer Abdul G. Scratches by um, DJ Clark Kent.
Hey, Jersey.
This right here is the depths of the game where you got to take that. If you say you are what you are, then you know what you are. You know who's who and what's what. Shout out to the Narcos, and of course, shout out to the show Narcos for the sample
Gotta
clearance.
show
You feel
Narcos
me?
some love just cause.
I know, cause that's the actor that played Don Brenna. Yo soy narco. Yo creo amor. Pero como vos, which means yes, I'm a narco, but I will believe in honor and principles just as you.
Ooh. With that being
That's the
said,
intro.
ladies and gentlemen, we got to hear from the man, the God, Nova Soprano. Thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate
Appreciate
you
it,
for being a
King.
part of the show, man. Thank you for the
Running
interview.
gang, shout out Finesse.
Yes.
Shout out Finesse.
Yes, the
Shout out
runners.
Zonnie. Shout out J45. Shout out Turtle 98. Shout out Black Rose. He just dropped his new single, Dequan. His album Purge is coming this summer. One of the dopest in-house producers you gonna find. And of course, shout out to Don of all Dons, Don Chico, aka LAME. He coming soon. We are the runners, you feel me? Run it, gang.
Let's get it. Thank you to the
Yo soy
runners. Thank you
narco.
to Nova Soprano. Thank you to the runners once again for all the support. It's time, people. We got to hear from the man. We got to hear the story from the man. Now it's time to get into, once again, the album is called 848, available for you guys on all platforms. The
You
track
feel me?
is called Narco. It's track number 5 off of the project.
Bye.
Kick back, relax, enjoy the music, guys. Thank you so much, Nova Soprano. Thank you again.
Absolutely, my G.
Thank you again for listening to Vince Bracy on air. You can catch my show every Tuesday at 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Stationhead. As always, I'm sending you out with peace, positivity. Remember to get to the bag and always follow your dreams.
Hey, yo, Paco, talk to him. I'm good with the swipers, but offspring of the trappers. Got the hood shook like a stripper's ass. Clappers, Young Johnson and Johnson, revenue or power. Been ghosting these streets, no Kanye. Power, Teflon P, the Don, Warren Saddam. No Cypress Hill, but Bago could just kill a man. Feds ask questions, answers, I don't give a damn. Flawless pink stones in my chain, I just kill a can. Versus potent Exodus quotes, God level. Blasphemy, but drug money come easy. Young niggas blasphemy. Ball Barker, the price is right. Quick to end your life on sight. God on earth, Illuminati know, right? See rappers duplicate the flow, but guess who's the prototype?